against the lower ranked teams, that works. Against Na'Vi, you are just feeding the beast. You are giving him his bread and butter, and Simple will lap it up all day long.
Well, speaking of feeding the beast, we've got two beasts waiting to be let off the leash so they can eat their fill of beautiful, bountiful CS. It's Harry and Hugo.
Yes, thank you very much, Mike. I've been waiting for you guys to hurry up and get this over and done with so we can get on with the game. Can't believe how much time those demands to take. Yeah, right, so look, Magic's, he's about to get dealt a bit of an A-play here, isn't he? Na'Vi just exploding out into the site, just running amok. Not really any utility to even signal this or telegraph the approach either. And so they're starting to piece this together. What's interesting is the low alert coming through while they've also pushed up to take jungle. Electronic, there's a man in the window and he's playing the trigger discipline. There's the kill. They're looking for the trade, but Electronic gets a double on this mid lurk. Bit's gonna chime in with another, and even though you lose Simple back at ramp, this round was orchestrated around playing the bomb, which is out in the open. Boom, it's on burst, and yeah, no one likes burst, buddy. Magic's gonna tap on the bomb, baits a peek, but they're not sticking it, and Electronic is not convinced. He's out in the open now, and he's tapped another out of the round, but Magic's sticking the bomb. He's sticking the bomb, Electronic! Oh, the round belongs to Team Spirit. Magic's gets the defuse off. Electronic with 4 in the pistol.
The smoke looks so bad, man, like so damn awful. Electronic, I guess it lets him down in a sense. He feels like he can see the bomb and he can't see why, as that realization sets in too late. All the kills, but not the round, and that one hurts, man. Look at this. The final last second, the wires, they give it away, but not the round for Na'Vi. Ouch. Nice round out of Magic's, but I don't know how Spirit won that. I feel like if he stuck it the first time, he might have had it as well. But you always want to try and force fights. You know Na'Vi aren't going to let you get comfortable. And they never will, not even in the second round. It falls out straight away.
I like that second, you know, like the fake tap first time around, because it gave him the info that no one was ramp or palace, and that's why he sticks the bomb on the second go, right? That's what he's paranoid about. Mir. Ooh, bested by Simple. Nice little opener with the AK. Now, who's going to inherit that AK, or will Simple hold on to it?
Maybe he's going to go grab the A1S instead. Why not? Keep Simple on the one-shot gun. Boomich is armed now as well. We had Util down at top con, so that just let him cross for free. And Spirit, this is not even a bad round to like make a gamble call. I feel like VP would have done that. You know, just pulled 3 or 4 players towards a bomb site. Maybe not 4, but instead they go for information. That's good. Magic's pushes Palace, but this is only confirming the fear that it is a B take. Boomich is caught. Nice re-aggro from Some Die Young. There's still a late Catman in Bit, right? And at this point, Spirit are calling, guys, watch your B. We know what they're doing.
Catman, the less superior, you know, version of Batman, the one that...
Not the Scatman?
No, not the Scatman. That's another Batman clone. Lots of them. Let's see, right? The Dark Knight rising over here towards the B bomb site. It's Simple on the entry with this Deagle. Bit. There's one. Some Die Young dead. And all the kills right now coming up for Na'Vi. Electronic clotheslines Chopper and knocks him out of the round, and this will be a save for Magic, surely. No little cheeky defuses in the smoke today.
It's a gun in ladder. That's probably what he's going for. Yeah, I love that. We see some teams do that, especially, I think a team like Complexity, a good team to, you know, compare. Can he get the gun? Oh, he's going to get it last second. Where you like do this B split up cat, and if you lose your cat player, you send the second one in so late. Some Die Young was considering it, but there's only so long you consider it until Chopper spots the B apartment. He sees 3 people in the bomb, and you're thinking, man, the majority of B, they're not going to double late mid take, but because Spirit had lost all of their mid info, they had no idea, and Bit just backstabs Some Die Young. Then the apps play comes in, and there's too many targets for Spirit. They can't isolate it. So Na'Vi, nice little steal of a round there. They come out with more than they brought in, 3 rifles. Well, they had 3 rifles, but one was a Galil. Now it's an A1S. That's an improvement, even if slight.
Yeah, I love what we're getting out of Electronic early on here, man. I really do. Like, in that pistol round, we missed the second kill that he got on the Glock, but it was not an easy frag to have hit. That round there, he doubles up as well. And yeah, you know, he fumbled the denying the defuse in the pistol, but if you make up for it by double killing in the force buy to secure the round, then that's all right by me. Maybe it's even all right by Blade, who is a bit of a harsher critic.
Yeah.
Mid control taken again. There's the force buy back from Team Spirit, but you know, compare the force buys, compare what you've got. It's night and day.
You know, we're seeing this a lot from Simple. What he's been doing in some of these games is dropping his nades early in spawn and going for an early fight. He went on ramp and then he reset spawn and picked up his util again. So it's like, you know, you're planning. If you die, the nades are still there to retrieve in spawn. But, you know, if you don't die, you go back and grab them again. Dexter very close to picking this scout or the crossing bomb with the scout. Instead, it's all the frags in this A site for Na'Vi. A quick A split. They even have Simple lurking in the window, yet to be known by Spirit. He's got to break the vent, but he doesn't need to. Chopper's walking spawn. He'll be figured out eventually. Try to get a gun at the end, perhaps, but it's only a scout there. But I really do love that idea that, like, you just drop all your nades, you go for a spawn play, and then you go back and get them.
Yeah.
He did that on Silo and Nuke yesterday.
Yeah, and that's like especially at least here in CIS, that's really like the only noteworthy thing I think we've seen out of the nades so far. I've seen some fancy stuff going on in the EU side of things, right? They've
nades,
they've got a few more ideas there. It feels like I think CIS are keeping it more standard right now, and Na'Vi really the only team to show us too many bells and whistles with that changes so far.
Even if it's just like a little thing, like, oh, you know, I have 2 flashes, you don't, but I want to entry here, take the flashes, and, you know, you just pop me in. But that's nice. We haven't really seen abuse of it, which I think is reassuring.
Oh, yeah.
But with time, Harry.
Time is the abuser of all men, Hugo.
Yeah, exactly. We're on the clock. Simple going back for it. Quick ramp pick, and he doesn't see much. Perfecto's found a mid-frag, trading onto Electronic. Na'Vi have the bomb out behind boxes. Spirit don't have a lot in this round, so, you know, even going 1-for-1 is nice, but that's Sundayoung gone in middle.
So because this should just be a lock-in, I'm going to wait because that kill maybe influences that. So I'm going to hold my thought on what I was going to...
I want to hear your thought, Harry. It's fine. People can watch. People have eyes.
It's a long thought.
Okay.
And, you know, now that we're in a 3-on-3, we got to give this round the respect, Hugo. If it goes 3-on-2, then I'll bring it up.
There is a flank in Palace. Okay, but this timing for Boomich could be good. I presume he's going to turn around and spot this. Oh, Dink came in, but Boomich is quick with that A1S. And now with Mir leaving B because he saw the bomb going back through spawn. Let's hear your thoughts.
Right, yeah. So me and you were having a little discussion when the veto took place.
Yeah.
You know, I think ending up on Mirage's Spirit might have screwed you a little in this in this matchup, and I think a big part of it comes from them, you know, taking Vertigo out right away. That was a real surprise to me.
Yeah.
You know, they played it once, admittedly, like neither of these teams play, but oftentimes if you're vetoing first and you both share an insta-ban, that can work in your favor.
Ooh,
my God,
okay.
Mir. No, should get traded, and yeah, he will.
Yeah, Hawker put it well.
That can work in your favor, right? Especially if you float it, because you still have a chance to ban right before you get to the last few maps. So it would have been also like a bit of probing, because if Na'Vi didn't ban Vertigo, then that would suggest that maybe they've been putting some work in there. I think you just could have done a little bit more to try and force some worse bans out of Na'Vi.
I think when you're the underdog, you want to play the mind game of, oh, we'll play Vertigo, and then if Na'Vi like pitch it back, like, oh, so will we. That's when maybe if you're actually not confident on it, you just give it up.
It's scary. You've essentially ended up in, like, you know, Na'Vi's second best map on the pool, so it's pretty scary spot to find yourself in. This Palace push is traded out, so you don't really get to hold on to this. You don't get to gain much from it. It's a 4-on-4, and for the CTs, that's likely going to make them feel the pressure to go for info plays elsewhere on the map.
On the flip side, Harry, I feel like we get a better game on Mirage, because if we even float over past, because Na'Vi, you know, it's looked pretty bad for them on T sides this year, but if we even got an overpass as the last, I think both teams are just a bit uncomfortable on that map, right? Like, both teams have trouble on T sides, so yeah, I'm not against Mirage, but I do agree that, yeah, Spirit, Veto, not done them huge favors.
I just think you played it very, very safe, and maybe that playing it so safe could have come back to haunt you. Here's a little B play out of Na'Vi, though. They're going to go right through that smoke. They are not respecting Chopper's utility, and with good reason. Getting out through the apartments has secured them this B site control, and the bomb plant's now coming in. Oh, well, about to be. They're in the site.
Give it.
It's an apps plant as well. They're going to leave Simple over in the apartments with that AWP to play around the bomb. And for Team Spirit, you need this opener. This first fight decides a hell of a lot. And there it is. Chopper gives up the goods. It is equalized out and actually taken one step further by Na'Vi. Oh, it's getting a little bit weird. Missed shot on Samir, and that's given him more room. But, oh, Simple now versus Dexter. It's AWP on AWP. It's Clash of the Titans. And with the bomb planted for Apps, it was Simple's destiny to try and clutch this round out. Instead, Dexter's going to best him. And there should be just enough time left for this defuse, so it's 2 on the board for Team Spirit.
Yeah, Simple tried to bait him with a barrel, right? You show some fingers, you try and force the shot, and with nothing coming out from Dexter, he's presuming it's a stick. He thinks it's fully done. But no, not going to be the case. And Dexter clutching against Simple. Got to feel good to keep Spirit in this one. You know, pinpointed by Chopper, who found that first entry back into B. I think Spirit were given a lot of time to set up because Simple had that bomb and he was scoped market, and I imagine someone had to tell him, you know, mate, you got bomb, give it. Delayed the plants a lot, but yeah, either way, Spirit will be happy with that. Not exactly rich, though. Getting out of a CT rifle round with 1 gun alive means you are always on the edge of devastation. Can be reset immediately if Na'Vi come back in with a win. Holding Palace is electronic. Na'Vi lean B out of the gate, but Spirit have been good on the contact info plays in this map, right? They've been all up in Palace in some of these CT rounds. They've been peeking up on Cat to get that mid info when available. Mirage is playing a little more safe this time around. Spirit, oh, they catch Perfecto re-aggressing back to A. I wonder what that does to the info, because you've just seen him knife out running towards your bomb site. Now you should be ready for something.
That's insane. Like, that is a double ramp push that really takes that, the meaning of a ramp push to new extremes. Like, they're all the way watching T-spawn on it. Oftentimes, you know, when you get that ramp real estate, you're kind of just floating around the bottom of a ramp, never really going too far. They really flex on this A bomb site. And that's kind of, you know, forced Na'Vi's attention over here towards A. You're a bit concerned. How much info do they have? Are they still floating around? Also, you're trying to play this mind game of like, well, they just saw us going A. They just double push ramp. These guys are probably going to go back, and they're likely to read into this that there's no way we go A after losing a T-spawn player like that. So here comes the push into this A bomb site with only 2 players here. Na'Vi, these mind games have worked in their favor. Boomich out through connector, is dead to Sumdai Young in the site. Magic's, his attention is divided, but it's only Bit left alive. Glock, not his friend there. Sumdai Young's going to tap him out with the USP in the pistol head-to-head, and Team Spirit are up and onto a 3rd.
All right, ready for some Mirage, are they? I like the, yeah, I like the ramp push. You know, you put it well. You never really see that full commit there, and even after they get it, they reset because they're expecting the A play. Mir's not got the mid info. He's tucked to the back of window, just watching the short to ladder cross, and so Spirit don't know if Na'Vi have walked up connector in the first place. There's nothing worse than flanking, especially on a map like this, where you push a place like, you know, a ramp or B-apps, and you flank so far, they come up from middle and they split your bomb site, and you're just out of position on an expected rotate. Simple's bought a rifle in this eco round. So let's see what he can do with it. No util to get him in position, and this dirty double mid setup. This is the last thing you're checking coming out of under, is Mir's position. Especially if you can see Magic's barrel. I don't think you can, though. It comes out. Mir gets the kill. Now Simple pounces to trade. Magic runs into him. It's a ballsy call, but it works wonders. Dropping that gun and the armored player with it means Na'Vi, they can take it if they want, but they need pinpoint precision, and they have no room for error. Chopper, you mad man.
Yeah, they're chasing it down, and well, that will come back to haunt them.
Uh-oh.
Molly's going to get Perfecto out of lower at least, and they're still looking to challenge for this mid control. Boomich out in top middle. This window player's low. It's not, you know, crazy to think that P2 could actually deal with him at this range, but it won't. And so Team Spirit up against, you know, the hero rifle. They're able to see it through with, we'll call it minimal casualties.
Still a good bit of damage there. Bomb plant would have been nice, but Na'Vi are not complaining over it anyway. Just going to be no util, really, when they come in with that rebuy. But Spirit looking pumped up, right? You know, Major locked in for these guys. Same can be said for Na'Vi. Everyone wants to be tippity top, though. Everyone wants to get the most points you can. Simple's got a Galil to enable utility. Mir's dropped lower. They know about the possibility with someone out top mid, but Mir still catches Bit. Does double back. Can he escape, though? There's still Boomich here to stop this play. He's mollied him out under. Na'Vi have a lot of players in B-Apps. They could trap him here. They should be looking to do so, but Chopper's just trying to offer assistance. Now Boomich is tasked with hunting this lone man down. Should be free. Perfecto steps in the molly, only to bait for Boomich. And Chopper, while he takes B-Apps, he's going to have to be alone here on the bomb site. Dexter's still fighting middle with the orb. And he's not really seen all too much either. Where's Boomich got to, they wonder. He's back up under. Electronic is late to top mid. And if Spirit want to get info like they have been doing, very proactive yet again, Electronic could punish this. Boomich turns. The timing is awful. Electronic, he doesn't even get the trade. They get out of dodge. They don't know he's here at least, but he might be caught from Cat coming up connector.
Yeah, that is very, very awkward. Oh, he will get that kill at least, so it's something to find that 3-on-3 for you again. Chopper waiting here patiently and has been for pretty much the whole damn round, hoping that his patience will get rewarded. He's just missed the timing, as is so often the case. He's anticipating a short player crossing. Magic's able to hold on to it, but it's not squeaky clean. They're still up on the stairs, and Simple gets that trade. Now looking to plant the bomb, leaving a 2-on-2 open to Na'Vi. Nice. He's dead through a gap in that smoke, and so Perfecto's got to come in clutch. They're moving in, one up through the stairs. He doesn't know where Dexter is yet. That's the AWP back in CT. The molly is perfect. Perfecto forced out into the open. Spots both players, but burns alive. Caught over at ramp. And so it's Team Spirit up onto 5.
He was stuck on the corner of ramp. He wanted to either, you know, back up into the ramp room or go towards the apex corner. Couldn't do either. Locked out. That sucks as well. And he got burned by an earlier Molotov when he came in lower, and this kill, and Boomich got this frag. And so, you know, even more damage done, even lower than he maybe would or should have been. Could have lasted longer, perhaps. That's annoying. It's annoying, but you got to, you know, brush it off if you're Na'Vi. Go back into your next gun round. You've got a bit of money. Electronics got a Galil surrounded by Tech-9s. It's not pretty, though.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, because this whole group is so important to keep track of the, you know, the matches taking place today. I will give you some periodic updates on Entropic and Amiga. If you don't want to hear them, if you don't want it spoiled, now's the time to mute. That was your warning. Currently, Entropic in the lead at 3-2 over on Nuke. That's after winning the pistol and the conversions. But it's gotten more interesting now that the rifles are in play. Dexter dead immediately on this B push. It's Perfecto's Tech-9 to open up. Boomich, that is awkward. But luckily enough, Bit's going to return with a kill, and Simple moves in with another. This was a little partial buy for Na'Vi. Now they're sat in a 3-on-2 with Simple donning his gun.
Oh, dear.
And that's going to force a save out of Team Spirit. You've got to respect it.
Yeah, they had numbers on B as well, man. Mir was right out the market in time, but he's on the edge of the smoke. I don't know how much Simple even saw there. Must have caught him going inside of it. That 1D came out of nowhere, man. That flipped the script, even with, you know, Boomich whiffing. Chopper was a dead man. He'd done enough damage. He'd drawn his attention, but you would have thought that third player in B could do enough. We've been seeing a lot of that out of Perfecto with the Tech-9, getting entries like that onto an AWP of all things, just tapping the AWPer out while running. Makes it feel like the old days again. What a shot. Na'Vi get it done with nothing. And that is not a round you were ready for if you're Spirit. And, you know, it's a very different round. If Dexter hits this, he's fine. But he just gets deleted, man. And once the first domino falls, the rest are just around the corner. Rebuy for Dexter. No Kevlar, though. Simple's now armed and deadly more than ever.
So if we end up with a situation where Na'Vi win this and Entropic win their matchup, that'll be the simplest in terms of explanation.
Okay.
I'm going to touch on exactly what the ramifications are. Well, we're not, you know, in a very important gun round, but I'm just letting you know, if you're a fan of simplicity, they're the results you're hoping for. Maybe the boys on the desk can relate to that one.
Yeah, it's nothing worse than going there. Well, if X team wins, because X team's expected to win, so what will happen there? Oh, they didn't win? Okay, well, there's just so many.
Yeah, so we'll try to give you, you know, updates on that as we get nearer the culmination of the result.
On the bright side, for any fans of either team, both these teams will be at the major. It's just about how far you get, what status you get. Na'Vi are looking to be legends, and they're running right out the B side right now. They want to repeat history, get in for free. Both players trapped, but the barrel poking through mid-dead. They're not ready for another card player, but Electronic's looking down at the ground, and Chopper's wasted ammo, nowhere to go. Even with the silencer, they'll hear him. He's close enough, and that should force a save. Spirit's so out of position to be anchors, not getting kills, and that did not look pretty. They weren't ready to just be run down in the apartment. Both players trapped behind a bench smoke. Very strange round for Spirit.
Nah, man,
that's found their way in.
So sad for Chopper because like he's waiting for the right moment to strike. You know, knowing that like you only have the element of surprise for the first bullet, right? Yeah. And then it disappears very, very quickly. And it's like the one fight he takes is the one where it's very awkward to say that you can lock that kill in. And, you know, he's doing it out of the fear that Electronic is going to spot him and then maybe the trigger discipline is all for nothing. That's a real shame. You know, maybe even like a 1-for-1 there at a Chopper would have enticed you to maybe give that a look in, but I think realistically you needed a double up out of him there. And so, you know, these little B players are doing well for Na'Vi. They've really felt like they're exploiting this site now, right? These short walks have been great. You know, we see that out of Boomich a hell of a lot coming in there. And even though he's not getting kills from it, like I'm not sat here going, oh, do you all remember the Boomich entry? Because you don't. He hasn't really got any. But what he has been doing is every time he goes in for those short wraps, whenever we see it, is it's just so frustrating to like peel the attention away from the Apps players to give that Apps drop even more room. Oof. And so, you know, Team Spirit have noticed this as well. They're trying to deal with him over in middle. And so this time he's out of the round right away. Simple setting them up for a fast aid play from mid, lobbing that utility over into jungle, attempting to cut down these sight lines at the A-bomb site. Some die young, mollied, and they catch him as he goes to smoke that. That's a really nice little 1-2 punch, right? You know he's either dying to the Molotov and is going to swing you, or he's got a smoke in his hands to try keep himself alive.
Yeah, you don't give him any room to pick what to do there, right? Still caught with no gun in hand. Oh, Simple hears that shot. He knows what to do, but he can't hit it back. Dexter lives to fight another second at least. Simple will drop off. They both respect one another enough. And the bomb's going back to B, in fact. Bit is leaving. Still Simple commits to the A site. This is crazy. Out through the connector. Chopper is there to stop him, and Perfecto lurking back on ramp has still got his frag. Will that draw Dexter out of B, who's still ensured that this is a B site take? Perfecto, while he's making noise, it all seems like a ruse. Dexter, one kill wins you the round at this point. Can he hit it? Looking away, checking Cat, back to Abs. Bit doesn't look convinced, and they at least want to regroup and reset before they go for this round. No util makes a very difficult prospect, but Bit's going to come in from under, knowing Dexter was on Cat earlier. And oh, you might hear these steps. Dexter's not expecting a lower player with 20 seconds in the round, so Bit's got at least some information, but where is Mir gotten up to?
Yeah, like you said, Dexter's still in the same spot. Like, if he gets this kill, the round is won, and instead, he's tapped out. Oh, Mir now arriving. The bomb plant has got to come in. And Bit has been given no choice but to plug in those numbers. Mir has to respect it. And low on HP after that first fight, just a tag away from death. Mir, he's got his work cut out for him, going up, going over, but is not ready for this reposition out of Bit. He'll see the round through to the very end, and Na'Vi are up onto 6.
Oh my goodness, poor Dexter.
That's devastating, man. That is
sick play from Bit, dude. This guy's an absolute animal. He is a beast.
Something else I loved about that was the site player like jumps on top of these boxes, you know, like jumps from default on top of triple, and it looks like for a moment that like peels Dexter's aim upwards, and maybe he's also worried that he's missed this con timing, right? And someone's already up in connector. But you know, you saw like a foot for a second, and it looked like it peeled Dexter's view away from the connector, letting Bit take that peek.
Hey, wouldn't be the craziest thing we've seen today. He definitely knew the AWP was in position. Now this is a full A stack, but it's only PT50s, you know, a bit of everything, bit of all the pistols, all the flavors of the month, and Electronic has no problem taste testing this round. He's got 3. Any more? Perhaps Magic's forced out by the Molotov, and Chopper, they know he's here as well. They're coming for him. Easy round. 4 kills from Electronic, and he's having a great game. He's looking warm and ready to go. Na'Vi 7-5 up, in control of this map right now. Even walking into stacks and getting out with 4 alive feels good, man.
Yeah. And, you know, like, Na'Vi are on streaks right now. You know, like, not only do they have that big, you know, nuke winning streak that they're trying to keep up, they're also, even if you look at, like, their matches, they're on a 12-match win streak, man. They're not looking to have that broken right now. Not to Team Spirit, not when there's a legend status confirmed at the major on the line.
It is reassuring, right, with some of the history we've seen from Na'Vi and CIS RMRs, with, you know, the ups and downs that have been there, the upsets. And, like, you know, Spirit isn't even, you know, if Na'Vi lost their nuke streak to a team like Namiga, for example, you could have gone, yikes, you know, what's going on there? But Spirit are not a bad team. Spirit have been up at the tippity top and have been, you know, in the fight.
For a point this year, it was like Spirit, VP, and Gambit, like, rising above Na'Vi, teams, right? So, yeah, no, 100%.
This is a great recovery from Na'Vi to be, you know, coming through as the only team still flawless in the CIS RMR. Not done yet, though. Always time for things to go absolutely horrendously. It's Counter-Strike after all. Anything is possible. Any game is winnable or losable. Oh, that's a missed window smoke. Luckily, no one's playing there, but Sumdai Young can see it, and it's drawn away. RV going for this A split, but it's not really a split. Movich just sold up mid-fake. Now he's coming back in on ramp. The molly is good, but Magix, he doesn't have a smoke. He's got a swing, turns from the flash, almost works out, but they get him right on the end.
Yeah, that looks awkward, but as you say, it's just because Magix doesn't have the smoke, and he doesn't want to swing as soon as the molly goes down. They're holding it at that point. He gives it long enough, hoping that Na'Vi discount their position. Instead, he's the first man to fall in a tidal wave of an A take. Oh, there were 4 players here, and Na'Vi break through like it's nothing. They keep 5 alive. And that wasn't even some, like, big grandiose strategy, right? You had a very, very light mid-fake sold from Boomich, but Team Spirit didn't fall for it. They kept everyone in the right place, and yet still, Na'Vi power through the site. You know, just raw brawn on that one. Miz left saving this M4, and the scales have well and truly tipped, right? Like, we might have had the early couple of rounds, that early streak out of Team Spirit, where we were going, ooh, this could be interesting, this could be pretty cool. But as this is starting to shape up, as we're getting later into this first half of play, Na'Vi is starting to look very, very scary.
Yeah, ever since that eco win, right? Ever since that Tech 9 tap from Perfecto with a 1 Galil round from Electronic, Na'Vi have been on a bit of a streak, a bit of a run, and so they don't want to give it up. Looking for double-digit halves, gonna feel good. And I don't think there's much there to stop them. Spirit are playing for the 9-6. They are essentially giving this one up, planning for failure, but it's the best bet you have right now. Miz at least given a gun, or kept on rather. And the others are buying up just a little bit. Na'Vi now know the money's bad, and they take mid quick. I love the call. Bit's already up catwalk. They're going to hear him at least. That should have been comped, but Bit's flashed in, and it's a beautiful flash at that from Boomage. Chopper spamming dead, and the B site is cleared out already by Na'Vi. Even if you want to save, you're not saving a lot, and you can buy up next nonetheless. This is going to mean more utility, maybe an orb, but regardless of that, it's not the save Spirit wanted to call in the first few seconds of the round. It is only coming down to the fact that they lose B that quick.
Okay.
Ooh, my goodness. Still can't go for it.
Yeah, you can't go for it. You've already written this off. Boomich playing trigger discipline. Will this come back to haunt him? You know, like the chair's moved itself, but it's not like a full-on haunting yet. Yeah. This is the big ticket item in the round, right? He definitely wants to hold on to this.
But he can also buy it up next if he dies, so...
I would have loved to have seen them give that a bit more of a look, in being honest. Like, especially for the SMG player, just to farm some extra cash and, you know, make things like this full-out buy with utility a possibility.
Just look at the buy. I mean, regardless, you know, they lose everyone, but they lose it, or almost everyone. They lose almost everyone's saving, you know, and they can still buy up everything, so... Yeah, you're not really thinking about the maths at that point. You're just thinking, oh, we lost B in 8 seconds and we have no one there and we're 4v5 and it's Na'Vi and the 9-5 up. Let's probably throw in the towel. Regardless, this is what they were playing for, the 9-6, the last round of the half. Spirit putting everything they've got in. This has to be a winning round or Na'Vi are laughing all the way to the CT side.
Yeah, Boomich once again back to his fast short plays. They're getting given a tremendous amount of respect in middle, right? Window smoke goes down, and that's really the end of your mid hold so far, at least in the later stages of this first half. Early on, Team Spirit were a bit more keen to fight for it, you know, like you had Mir and Magix oftentimes trying to help out over in middle. You were Chopper on the short side offering some assistance, but in recent times, you know, mid's been largely given over for free, and Na'Vi are taking this real estate time and time again. This is a bit of a move out of Chopper, right? He decides, well, I've had enough of always being the ones to concede map control and tucking in and playing safe. He knows that if you're going to win this, you need the information to win this, and he's cleared the B apartments, cleared them deep at that. And so it's freed up Mir to play this early rotate over towards A. Regardless of that, the opening kill is in for Electronic. That's an info flash right there. Gives up this com player's position. But once again, like you've painted a picture of what's happening in the round. That does not mean you're going to win the round. You knew it was an A play. You had 4 players there again. And once more, it's another one of these flawless A takes into the stack. You know, I say it's flawless. Yeah, Chopper gets 1. But really, his chances of winning the round are null and void. It's looking like a 10-5 half for Na'Vi, and there it is. That is a very commanding Na'Vi squad. They're primed and ready to keep up this flawless streak in Group A.
One B rush.
Oh, this is
No,
so
I'm gonna have to mute them.
I'm gonna have to beat them.
Yeah, steps on B.
Noise B.
Yeah, on B side,
Pushing
okay.
it.
One towards bench.
Tap it in.
Dead one. One more side. Side.
I'm pushing. Nice,
Around
right,
cage,
bomb.
man. Nice. Triple nades. Ow.
2-8.
Big nades. He's one.
Yeah, smoke window. No! They're weird.
2 mid. Nice smoke, thank you. Escaped.
Mid
Flashing
box.
the smoke. Reloading.
Nice, Harry.
Out. Both there. One pals 2.
Maybe flank.
Jungle.
Nice.
He's a boomer. Come on!
Nice. 1 HP.
I thought it was a nice. Let's go. Harry, please don't scream again.
Nothing AA's, but
50.
Half HP B rush. Still apartments. AK-47 acquired.
Nice try.
Jungle, he is all blue.
Ram could be out Tetris. I don't have vision.
Ooh.
Nice, Chad. Good half. Well played. Oh my god. Look at the spare on Harry's face. He can't
Lots
believe
of
what's
pressure here.
happening.
Lots of pressure here.
Out to
One middle. One triple.
Default.
Yeah, close.
CT.
Oh!
Lucky.
I got jammed on the wall. My boomer movement, man.
two mid.
Where?
Two mid.
Cool shotgun. Rush one more.
B. B plant. Backside. Coming left.
Let's go!
Ooh, nice try.
Oh, hello. That was a nice little dynamic camera shot there. We're back into this one. Na'Vi spearheading the way. Flawless so far. The only team remaining flawless in the CIS RMR. They're looking to secure a legend status at the major. And it's only Spirit that stand even remotely in their way. So here they are, giving it all they've got. 10-5. Pistol round here will propel them into a phenomenal spot. Team Spirit going to lean heavy towards this A bomb site. They've got one smoke, one flash. This better be godlike, Chopper.
Yeah, well, no one there to get blinded, I guess. Na'Vi are heavy in middle, but they're about to wrap back. Simple, he's got to make the decision when this call comes in. Does he want a full flank, or does he want to reset Con? It's a long way to go, and his team are going to decide to give it up. That allows time for Simple's flank. Boomich spamming the smoke, and they're getting closer as well. Got to give up so much space. It's similar to Na'Vi's pistol, and Boomich dinked down immediately. Got to give it up. Bit doesn't want to go through the murder hole, not now that they know he's in position, and we're still waiting on Simple, who's got to win his fight if Na'Vi want to win this round. Oh, it's getting weird. Chopper, no armor, and so Simple can churn him up. Chopper will give it up, though, and wait for the rest of Na'Vi to move in. Well, Simple's won it.
Oh my god, Electronics deep. Mate, his pistols today have looked phenomenal. Bit Perfecto coming with a killer piece as well. The team ace is denied. Some Dayon gets a nice little double, but that's not enough to win you the round.
Yeah, good shots from Electronic and from Sumdai Young there. Those closes were nice, but 5-on-1, not going to happen. Not enough room. Na'Vi were already on the bomb. And these rounds, some of these rounds, even on the T side, go from 5v5s to 5v1s in like 4 seconds when Na'Vi were entering A with some of these splits. Like, we talked about how much room they were getting in middle, coming up connector and window, splitting palace and ramp, and it was 5-on-5 and then everyone's dead. We're getting the same thing on the retakes there. That was good for Spirit until it was horrendous. Na'Vi are here to play, and you shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, force buy back up for Team Spirit, right? The bomb plant has allowed for a very healthy investment. Something that's interesting, no utility. Like, they got a flash. That is the extent of it.
It's a Galil armor life, man.
It's a little bit spooky. It means you've just got to win your fight straight up. And Chopper goes, well, mate, why would you say that's spooky? Of course I can win my fight straight up. But Dexter cannot. Chopper still can, as it turns out. And Mir will come in for the kill as well. Electronic makes the FAMAS look as ugly as it actually is for a change. And Perfecto left in the clutch. 1-on-4. Don't fancy his odds here. And so he's just looking to save. Oh, there's one for the man. Take the Galil.
Oh.
He doesn't.
That's a bad omen, Harry.
You remember what Refresh 1v5 with? Wasn't a FAMAS. Wouldn't have had the ammo. Perfecto. Oh, that's clean.
Clean, man, yeah. I mean, it was never going to happen. It was damage control, trying to take money away. But all good. Spirit, massive round to win. They come in with Galil's Chopper. Gives us some fine and fancy entries. And yeah, the FAMAS spray does let us down. Really good stuff from Chopper, though. Racking them all up. But it's still a long way back to victory lane here for Spirit. Na'Vi are in command and control. They are going to rebuy, which will, give Spirit a good advantage, a good way to start running away with some T-side rounds before Na'Vi get a full buy. You basically have to buy here on the CT side, your double eco. So Na'Vi boost up ladder quick, cool play. And with Spirit contacting up short, they won't be ready for so many men in the ladder. Simple will bait them in and Bit will do the damage, but this is such a read. Spirit smoke ladder. They go, fine, you want to play it? You can have it. We'll take B.
Oh, they're trying to fast flank it, but Chopper is watching.
He missed it.
He misses that timing.
Oh, no.
Simple missed shots. That could have been the chance. That could have been the moment. Instead, they're fixated on this mid-fight. They just want to deal with who they got while they got him. And lol!
Amazing.
Chopper,
he died on the jump.
Man, he threw the Galil out of the map. They're trying to figure out how to get it. You cannot get up there. You cannot get that one back.
That's amazing. What a play. Like, he was dead.
I didn't even know you could throw it out there. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I've never seen that happen, but there we go.
Yeah, no, that's a really smart play because you know Na'Vi is saving anyway. They don't have a lot. Look at the call; it's immediate. As B was taken, we saw similar rounds, right, in the first half where Na'Vi would run into B, kill Chopper, and then just immediately Spirit is saving.
So we said that this second stream on what's going on over there in this entropic Namiga game really affects the outcome of this group. Currently, unlike this one where, you know, Na'Vi is still holding this lead, it's a much closer affair over there. 8-7 to Entropic over on Nuke.
And it's on Nuke, which is a map both these teams took Na'Vi to 30 rounds. Yeah, so that's a really cool. Definitely keep your eyes on that on your other monitor, but don't look away from this one. It is not done. It is not a Na'Vi win yet. This is getting close. It's getting scary as Na'Vi now have to wait for that loss. Let Spirit essentially take an 8th. Any damage here, any more gun saves will be lovely for Na'Vi. That's if Chopper doesn't throw them out the map. Perfecto will throw Mir to the ground, who's having a very slow game is Mir, but with shots like that, there's very little you can do. That's why sometimes you want to wait for that window smoke, but weren't expecting the immediate scout headshot.
And you know, like if you want to look at this one as well, like the different pressures facing these teams. Obviously, Na'Vi already guaranteed a spot at the major. Spirit in that like same spot as well. But what they are competing for here is to get out of the group on the side of Spirit. There's a tag for Perfecto's scout, but he's traded after the fact. There should be a nice clean round. Well, you know, clean's one word for it. A nice round.
A nice round.
But yeah, you know, if Spirit win this, then them and Na'Vi are out of the group, and that part is pretty much locked in. If they lose it suddenly, their fate as to whether or not they get out the group is out of their hands, right? But they are at the bare minimum in that 5th place decider.
Yeah, it was never going to happen. No more deeks for you. Chopper's having a lovely one. Comparing the IGLs, Boomich 5 and 14 did manage to find a lot of impact though. Good calling and, you know, a lot of short splits that were assists and setting up his team for entries on the B bomb site. Seeing a lot of B abuse in this map already from both teams. Let's see if that continues. Now you know Na'Vi have guns. This is your hardest round yet. You may have whipped out the Galil armor buy and done the work with it, but now Na'Vi are fully invested. Fully interested. It's only one kit, it's no AWP, and Dexter does have his. Electronic stalling the under smoke, trying to get as much time of it as he can. But with smokes everywhere in middle, he's going to bail. They smoke the boxes to pretend there's a player there. It's going to force nades out of Na'Vi while they try and dunk someone. But that was never the case. Re-smoking window. Back to the A site. Na'Vi leaning heavy. 3 in the site for now. But you're still scared of middle. You've seen enough utility used there to make you question the split. Simple's on Con, Electronics in Youngle, and back in the bomb site is Boomich. As said, 5 kills. This is a round where he needs to be getting something out of this.
Yeah, pressure is on, Boomich, buddy. Oh, the molly makes it awkward for him, but he does hold on, and there's his first in the round, so that's going to slow down this A play. Boomich, not content with one, makes it a double, and also drops the bomb out in the open. Simple turns on a dime and mops up this mid lurk, so Dexter now alone, left in the 1-on-4. Whoop, there's 1 to his name. Not done yet. Not when Dexter's still alive. However, Simple will lock in the round.
Crazy.
And that's how he gets his AWP in play as well. A little free upgrade for Simple.
Yeah, it didn't go well for Spirit out Ramprite. That was a nice hold out of Boomich, but they were always ready for the mid split. So Magic's lurking out under late in the round was nothing. You know, Simple was always checking back and forth between Con and the bomb site, but big round out of Boomich to actually put down 2. You know, it would have been easy to just die first as he got mollied out of position, but brings a couple with him. And Na'Vi take their first gun round. Simple styling in middle, quick cross to Con. One way of doing it safe from the ramp. But he won't see anything, not yet at least. Mir holds on with the MAC-10 as the rest of his team walk a contact A attack. Simple trying to cross back into the bomb site. Oh, the unscope, but he still recovers. And that's unfortunate timing for Magix because the smoke just came down in Palace. So it's not like they could have even gone, even if Magix got that kill, where they might have run through. But Now you just got to call it off if you're Spirit. Try and reset. Back to spawn they go. Na'Vi, oh, it is still an A play. Just trying to show some face in middle. And while you can smoke Simple off, Electronic and Bit are both fighting for this position.
Yeah, and you know, this is like a very kind of big contrast to what we saw in that first half of play. Na'Vi, whenever they would throw these mid fakes in, were given a lot of respect. And so, you know, Spirit never had that info to react to, whereas now Na'Vi do. They've gone, oh, well, it's not mid, this is a fake. They're trying to sail us down the river, as it were. Simple's holding on to Palace. He's got support from CT. And Bits even cleared out the apartment, so we can start to see an early rotation around towards A. Simple missed shot to open. Now they try to spill into the site. Simple removes the first man. They are getting closer, but that smoke dropped. Gives Simple a tiny bit more room to work with here. Could get even more aggro with this if he wants to. Second shot does not connect. Electronic pushing around that smoke, but they've gone up and over the stairs. Sam Dayoung's gotten into the site, and Dexter's putting up numbers as well. Damage done. There's Sam Dayoung in close, but time is running out. Time is the problem. CT plant is the only thing available for Sam Dayoung. But Bits now out through ramp and looking for this fight. You cannot play the bomb here. You need to win this gunfight. That's how you win the round. There's no playing for time. And Sam Dayoung will manage exactly that. Keeping Team Spirit in this one at 9-12.
How do they win that? I mean, the reset is really nice for Spirit because it makes Na'Vi doubt themselves. Even as they get that mid info, they're thinking it's a B lean. They double back through short, through under. They actually have 3B. But then Simple, as the A play comes in, he gets timed twice in the round, right? Once on ramp, which is fine because he still picked Magics. But then he gets timed on Palace. He unscopes as they push in, I guess getting ready to rotate B. He still gets some kills, but then he legs Dexter, who goes on to double frag, and Sam Dayoung closes the round. That should never have been Spirit's, but the flank from Bit, even though well-timed, cannot convert the 1v1. Oh my goodness, Spirit are making Na'Vi work right now. That's an insane round. And Na'Vi are ruffled. Gonna have to be an eco here. Spirit setting up for a B pop. These have been good to both teams on the T side. Jumpers at least faking enough of a show on A. Flash over the top. Simple wanted that, but gonna have to back up as the B execute comes in. They know about it. Team Spirit are not being quiet.
Yeah, here comes the push. Simple's Deagle out in the open. He's just looking to fight, but there's the short wrap shutting him down. And, well, the B-bomb site is overrun. That's a nice little B hit out of Team Spirit. They give Na'Vi a taste of their own medicine with the late short play. And so with Team Spirit now on a 10, and this gap, this margin starting to close up. Also with the Entropic Nemiga game, seeing, you know, Entropic likely to get themselves an 11-7 scoreline. They're pulling away in that one. That's bad news for Spirit in getting out of the group, right? Because they could get a win here, but if Entropic win their game, we go to a 3-way tie. So this is what I mean. Like there's a lot to bear in mind. There's a lot of moving parts right now. We'll keep you updated as it's taken shape, but we can only really like lean in the direction of what looks like is going to happen.
Yeah,
right?
what looked like was going to happen after the first half, Harry, after a pistol win, was Na'Vi were going to run away with this map.
And that's the issue with, you know, having to do it off of what looks like is going to happen.
You can't always expect it because things change, man. Spirit, things do change. They're about to execute B with 4, and then Mir has seemingly made a call, I guess, because everyone has decided to reset, go back, work off of Mir's mid-control. He's got a lot of it. Bit moving in. Oh, the timing. Bit would have seen him there. Yeah, Mir doesn't get the same info, but the nade will give it a bit of warning. 50 health.
Also, Entropic just lost to an eco, so actually they didn't
when you
get
say
the 11-7.
that, I was looking at the game.
Yeah,
I
know.
Well, they're 4 on 5 against pistols. I don't know about that
That's
one.
the downside. We're talking about what looks like is going to happen.
Let's just wait till it happens. Do Spirit pull this comeback? Does it even matter? We have to wait and see. Bit flash back into middle. There's not much mid-info anymore for Na'Vi. They've got to pick a bomb site and gamble. They have done so. Simple's back on B with the AWP now. He's made the right read, but it's still up and ladder. The early warning system can peek with Perfecto, and he's going to get one. Perfecto finishes the job, but there's still a low player in ladder. Simple's dropped Chopper up in apps, and it's a cleanup as Electronic pushes through that connector smoke. Lovely crunch for Na'Vi. They don't throw themselves into mid, but as soon as they get the info, the Spirit are attempting a B split up short. There's 3 men in position to stop it, plus the reinforcement of Simple at apps. Na'Vi, a must-win round, a much-needed round on this CT side comes through. That would have been otherwise equalization for Spirit, because they would have had eco for Na'Vi round the corner. Instead, this game rages on.
Yeah, not an AWP in sight for Team Spirit. They're having to try to work some of this apps control early. They're also holding on to a ramp. It's a bit of a default here. They're leaving mid open, but that's fine. Na'Vi, they took an early probe. They haven't committed to any kind of push, so mid's just dead real estate right now. But maybe Team Spirit are looking to change that as they start to move down through lower. Magic's going to line up this smoke to help out the mid boys. That's going to find its way over towards window. It lands, unlike Na'Vi, which have a bit of a tendency to miss that smoke at times. Simple is waiting for this lower push, though, and that flash that was meant to land in Con falls a little short, and so Simple is allowed a free peek onto the lower players. They imagined that anyone on that angle was going to be forced off of it after the flash. Not the case, and with Simple allowed to hang around, this is suddenly teetered well in favor of Na'Vi.
Just one little detail that can change everything. The expectation of more room than you have, and running back under to B apartments could even get heard from Bit and Market. We still have deep ramp info here for Na'Vi. They are on the wrong side of the map, but Simple's already running a rotate, and this might not matter. Spirit setting up to save perhaps 20 seconds. Someone's done the mathematics, and they don't like what they see. Calculators out. And Na'Vi given a 14th just by 2 kills in middle at the right time. Na'Vi are going to be happy with that, but for Spirit, it's not like they even have, you know, a significant amount of loss bonus to get anything crazy in this next buy. Look at that, 2k per. So this is where things get very difficult. Na'Vi on the precipice of closing out this BO1, this decider for Group A.
Going for the save there puts all the onus on these saved guns. It's like if they don't succeed, if these 3 players that were able to stay alive, if Magic's Chopper and some Die Young aren't able to find success, then you're probably done for in this matchup. They will swap those guns around. I like that, right? Giving Mir one of these AKs. Admittedly, he's had a bit of a quiet game, especially by Mir's standards. You know, he holds himself to a bit of a higher standard than this.
That's Chopper giving it, who's been the top performer and been the guy with the opening kills on this T side a lot of the time. So that's a really
real, like, inverse Zeus, you know, like...
Yeah, it's like a hero call, but man, I don't know. Yeah, you have faith in your fragger, you have faith in your best player, but right now, in a cold and quiet game, the pressure is on Mir more than anyone.
Yeah, I guess essentially what you're saying is, though, is like, you know, I have full faith in you, right? Maybe it's like, this is your time to try and pump him up, knowing that he could be the difference maker if you get him activated.
Oh, Na'Vi loved covering these top boxes. They've been doing it a lot, getting the molly in. Simple's got early B control. He's going to see that jump cross. He couldn't have stopped it on a jump anyway, but now he has so much warning. Multiple players crossed into abs, and they haven't seen him. He's ready. Quick flick shot, and he's looking for more. The molly keeps Spirit back. They're going to try and push him off the balcony, but he just smokes and goes. He can't escape. Magic spams the corner. Mir got his mid pick, taking down Electronic, and that's a massive frag. Worthwhile right now.
Yeah, and hopefully this is going to pump Mir up a bit, right? Like, you put the faith in him. You said, come on, my son, you might be bottom of the board, but this isn't where we're used to seeing you. And he's delivered the goods over in middle. That's put a seed of doubt in the minds of Na'Vi. They've had to go back and keep an eye on mid. That's why Bit is waiting in the window. And yeah, you know, Mir's traded after 1, but it's what it did to the Na'Vi setup. It's only Perfecto here, and that might be all that's needed. A 2-for-1, low on HP for Dexter, and there's Bit in time to close that out. Na'Vi up onto 15, and as mentioned, because of that save, you know, you were reliant on winning that round if you're Spirit. You have got nothing up against 15.
Yeah, really nice try. You got to give it to them, right? They get the entry. They even force Na'Vi out of a comfortable setup, but Perfecto, he had to anchor down with the double there at least, and he does everything Na'Vi needed for him. Always feels like on those crunch time rounds as well. Simple, who's been starting window, been starting con, been starting CT. Of course, that's the one where he gets boosted up B apartments and he starts on the B bomb side. The perfect read coming in from Na'Vi yet again. And 15-10. It's not done, but it's your best bet to ever close this map and series out.
And so this leaves us, based on the results of the other game, either in a three-way tie, Namiga win, and, they keep themselves in with a chance of making the major. But, or we just end up with Na'Vi and Entropic topping the board, Spirit dropping down into that fifth place decider.
Out of the game, you can't even call it at this point.
No, it's so close.
So...
It's 11-10 in favor of Namiga there.
That's scary, though. That could be worst case Ontario. We have to see what happens here. Can Na'Vi close it? Now they've been given a chance. Yes, of course. Through the smoke. No info. Simple picks Mir back to mid. And now he's on Palace.
Yeah, perfect place, perfect time. Simple, don't miss those. Pistols running into his crosshair. He loves it. He wants them. He wants the kills. He wants the victory. This will be 13 matches won in a row for Na'Vi. Keeping this streak up, keeping it flawless in the CIS RMR. Some die young and Chopper. The reality's setting in that, you're not squeaking this one past the keeper. They've grouped up. They're going together. Deagle's out. Going to give it everything they've got, but Boomich might be the man to lock it all in, especially with Perfecto running this little bait and switch crossfire with him, right? They're able to double peek into this. You're just going to go through the smoke. Why not at this point? Like 2-on-4, you're really clutching at straws to turn it around, and this is the closer for Na'Vi. They lock in the victory here and solidify themselves at the top of Group A, looking for that legend spot of the major.